Show the gear selector, paddle shifts work. High beam works. Flash off. Turn the lights on. Fogs on. No bulbs out. Flip the climate control on. Everything's in centigrade presently, but we can always change that back to suit.
Your route is being calculated.
Nav obviously
Follow
works.
the road for 3 miles.
No, thank you. And map, whatever, what have you. Match audio. Turn that off. Horn works. There we go. Cruise works. Go a little faster. Go a little slower. Turn off. Steering wheel buttons all function properly. What else? What else? Heated seats, cold seats. Let them fight it out. Seats work. Forward, back, up, down. Don't know how much it really translates, but there you are. Switch to the other side. Ta-da. I really don't want to hit the windshield washers because I just don't use them, but we can demonstrate those for anyone that might need. Traffic is a little heavy. Such is the joy of Atlanta. rattle free, squeak free. Very nice. Not an abused and beat up 211 compressor. Many of the sedans are, at least. Actually see the flash this time. There we go. Here we are. Sorry, Jeep. Come on, everybody. Let's go. Oh, they just work so nicely. Everything is effortless. If you've made it this far, if you're looking at this in 63, it's just my own personal commentary. But I find the 55 to be more maybe on edge, perhaps more willing to play should you ever call upon it, versus say the 63 or really any of the 7-speed cars. With the pile of torque and the fewer gears in some ways is an advantage to getting down to go when called upon. You think it, and it happens in this car, whereas I find, especially with the NA 156 cars and their 7 speeds, you really have to put your foot in it and wait for that moment as the car realizes what you're actually asking for and is confident that you are sure you're asking for what you want, and then it decides to go. The 55s don't do that. You say go and they respond immediately. It is quite addictive and a lot of fun. It's just my personal feeling on it. I own one of these, not this one, but I do have a 211 Estate, and but I don't know, 40,000 miles on it since I've purchased it. Driven all the other AMG Estates in various iterations since NA, twin turbo, all-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, up through 2018, and only the dual scroll 2018 E63S. This is the first one I would ever consider trading my E55 Estate for. But they're what, 3 and something times the price yet. Not to say they aren't quite nice, but that's a big jump. And then you have the depreciation to stomach, which is significant. These cars as they age. But yeah, Mercedes really did AMG really did a wonderful job with the 211 chassis and this drivetrain. They just suit each other so well. Maybe we'll get a little clearing here to have just a moment of fun. Engine oil, trans oil should all be warm at this point. It's one thing I do like with the next generation, the M156 cars. You do get an oil temperature gauge that lets you know to keep it nice before the oil gets to 80 degrees centigrade. Because even though water is there, oil is not, and that's important. But you give it 10, 12 minutes on an average day. Your oil is typically up to temperature 5, 6, maybe 7 miles maximum if you're in particularly cold climates, and it should be there, and you're free to go. And as far as reliability, I mean, good God, you really can't beat this engine and transmission. Staggeringly robust if properly maintained, and even the ones that aren't still hold up astoundingly well. Oh, we gonna get a little clearing here? Sure, why not? All right. They really are so much fun. More traffic. Well, that's her in a nutshell. I think you've kind of experienced that what she has to offer. Perfect idle, perfect shifting, perfect transmission. Everything is just on point. I don't know what more to say. You won't be disappointed. We'll do a little walk around here once we get back to the shop, just so you can have a listen externally, see the engine running, etc., etc. Back in a moment.